Sunday delivers this week.
All right, it is time for Fox 5 at the Drive-In. I'm joined by Josh Board from SanDiego.com. Today we're going to be talking about a movie that there's a lot of discussion, a lot of hype around, Disney's Secretariat. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I was really surprised they made another horse movie, because wasn't it 4 or 5 years ago that we had Seabiscuit?
Right.
Now there's another horse movie. I thought if we're going to see another horse movie, it would be them deciding to make a remake of Mr. Ed, and it'd be a talking horse. But another racehorse movie.
You know, I really love inspirational movies, ones that'll get you motivated and excited, and this movie aims to do that, right?
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because that's one aspect of the movie I did enjoy. I love the fact that this woman inherits this horse racing farm from her father, and she really has to struggle to make it work. Those aspects I like. Once it became a formula sports picture, it was kind of like, you know what paths it's going down, and you know, and I guess somebody could say, don't you always know when you're watching a sports film which team is going to win? But you really don't. If you think back to the first Rocky, he didn't win that fight. You think about Rudy, he didn't score a touchdown. You don't even know if he's going to go in the game. So you can make a sports movie that's not so predictable, but this pretty much is.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the first clip. You want to say anything to set it up, or?
No. If I was in the movie, I'd say, oh, I do great, and I would set it up that way, but I'm not in it, so.
All right, let's take a look.
They tell me that you're in a rough spot, so I'll buy that horse of yours right now. $7 million, all cash.
If he does what I think he'll do, his value will double, if not triple.
You do know what you're saying. You're guaranteeing that this horse is going to win the Triple Crown. The Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont. 3 races, 3 states, in just 5 weeks. Hasn't been done in 25 years.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
$8 million.
No,
You're that stubborn.
I'm that right.
All right, I'm a huge fan of Diane Lane. I think she's amazing.
Oh, and you'll like her in this. She's really good. I think it's great that they cast James Cromwell, because he's a 6'8" actor, and you've got these 5-foot jockeys running around, and that's the actor you're going to hire for this, but he's really good in it, too.
But the cinematography looks like it's incredible.
Oh, it is.
Some of the shots are just, it's like, how do they get those?
You know, when I was watching the horses, because I don't go to a lot of horse races, I'm not into the ponies, but watching some of the scenes, I was going, whoa, that's pretty impressive. And I thought about how Terry Garr in a horse racing movie called Let It Ride with
Just, it's like, how do they get those?
You know, when I was watching the horses, because I don't go to a lot of horse races, I'm not into the ponies, but watching some of the scenes, I was going, whoa, that's pretty impressive. And I thought about how Terry Garr in a horse racing movie called Let It Ride with Richard Dreyfuss in the 80s, she said, can't people just watch the horses run around without betting money on it, because her husband was a gambler? And I thought, you actually could if it was filmed like this. So a lot of the cinematography is great. You know, again, it's just, I don't know if I'm just too hard on movies. I want a little more. I want some surprises. And that scene we just saw, there was some tension there, because she really is in the hole, and she bets the farm literally on this horse. And you know, I'm not really spoiling anything to say that she was right in her gamble, because I think everybody knows Secretariat does really well.
Right, based on a true story, so we kind of know how it ends up there. Right. You weren't wild about this movie, though.
No, I thought the real story is probably a lot grittier than this picture that Disney made for us. But you know, they're doing what they can to get mass appeal, so.
Right. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the second clip.
Entering the final turn, Secretariat surging past angle line. Final quarter mile. Come on, outside, they're at the head of the stretch, and Chan is the leader. He leads it by a length. Secretariat is in the center of the racetrack and driving. It's Chan and Secretariat neck and neck. This is unbelievable. No horse can take this pace.
All right, it seems like a great movie, really, for the whole family.
Oh, you know, they're billing this as a family picture, and it is. It's something you could take the kids to see, but I don't know if a 2-hour movie about horse racing is something that's going to entertain kids. At the screening I was at, there were a number of kids, and they seemed really bored. They were walking around the aisles, they were talking, and You know, it's great. I think for adults that like, you know, John Malkovich playing that eccentric trainer, that's a great role for him. And there's some good acting performances in it. I think they'll get more out of it than the kids will. But, you know, it's one of those things where if you don't want to get a babysitter, this is a movie you can bring the kids to and not worry about, you know.
What have you heard from other critics? Are they sort of sharing?
Oh, this is getting good reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those movies that it's really hard to give a bad review to because everything is done right. It's just, do you like seeing the same, you know, the underdog story, like this horse needs to win 3 races in a 3-week period or a 5-week period, and is it going to do that? And there's really not much suspense when you know they are going to do it. You know,
all right. Thanks so much, Josh Board. We appreciate your being here. Secretariat is in theaters right now. PG, so go ahead and take the family to it. All right, that is the latest from Fox 5 at the Drive-In. We'll see you soon.
All right, we're following breaking news coming out of South Florida this morning, Hollywood, Florida, to be specific. Rescue crews